In 1993, the slip dress arrived on New York runways, cut on the bias, hemmed at mid-calf, worn to dinner and to work. 30 years later, it is back on the shop floor, and the women who wore it the first time are reaching for it again. 90s style, over 50, reconsidered for the woman you have become. The 90s were the decade fashion stopped shouting. Calvin Klein showed slip dresses in bone and mushroom in 1994. Helmut Lang cut coats that ended below the knee in charcoal wool. Jill Sander turned trouser suits into architecture. The whole silhouette moved toward restraint. Long lines, matte fabrics, colors pulled from stone and sand. It is the reason the decade returns so easily to a wardrobe after 50. The proportions were built for calm. The slip dress works again when the fabric is heavy enough to hold its line. Silk satin and a matte weight falls without clinging. A bias-cut slip in ivory, worn over a fine long-sleeve tee in cooler months, reads as considered rather than borrowed from a younger closet. Skip the spaghetti straps and look for a wider strap that sits flat against the collarbone. Length matters more than anything else. Mid-calf holds, ankle length holds, above the knee does not. The oversized blazer was the second 90s uniform. On a woman over 50, it works best in a heavier wool, cut with proper shoulders and sleeves that end at the wrist bone. Charcoal, camel, and inky navy do the work that black once did. Roll the sleeve once. Leave it open over a fine knit and straight trousers. Belt it, and the whole 90s reference disappears. High-waist trousers came back before the decade did. Wide-leg wool trousers in taupe or espresso, worn with a silk shell tucked in, are as close to a uniform as this era gets. The waistband sits at the natural waist, not below. The hem breaks once at the shoe. A pointed flat or a low block heel finishes the line without adding effort. The minimalist column, a long knit dress, a matte crepe midi, a stretched tube in charcoal, was Calvin Klein's contribution to the decade, and it has aged into something rare. On a mature figure, it produces one clean vertical line from shoulder to ankle. Pair it with a long line coat in the same tone, and the outline reads as considered from across a room. The 90s work after 50 because the decade was already committed to a woman who had stopped performing her clothes. The fabrics were serious. The colors were quiet. The silhouettes moved with the body rather than against it. Reach for the pieces that made sense the first time, and let the decade come back on your own terms.